This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? Back for another episode of Average to Savage podcast. Got a special guest, Amobi Okugo. Amobi, what's good?
Chilling, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So let's just jump right into it and tell the audience a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Amobi Okugo, 27 years old, born in Hayward, first generation Nigerian American, the oldest of four siblings, got two brothers and a sister. Born in Hayward, raised in Sacramento, professional soccer player, currently a free agent, and I guess an entrepreneur now as well. That's a little bit about myself. I know we'll dive into more as the podcast keeps going.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, growing up in California, I know you went to UCLA. So how did you decide to go to UCLA?
I traveled a lot during my youth, just traveling for soccer. So when I was choosing colleges, my parents basically said I have to stay in California. So it was up to Stanford, UCLA, Santa Clara, and Cal. Yep. And ultimately, UCLA was the closest but farthest away out of all the school, or the farthest away but still close enough.
Gotcha. So did they sell you on anything, or it was just like that's where you wanted to go?
Yeah, UCLA, they don't have to do any selling. Once you get on the campus, they say once you get on the campus, your decision is usually made. Yeah. I was fortunate enough to go on my official visit, and once I went on the campus, once I got to hear more about them, obviously the education, the component, and then the student athlete component is top notch. But just being in Westwood and around that, it was a game changer for me, and I think I made my verbal commitment like at the second I arrived back to Sacramento.
Gotcha. And I know you only played one season there, and then you got drafted to the MLS. Was that like planned that you were going to only play one season?
No, to be honest, it wasn't planned at all. Being a first-generation Nigerian American, both my parents valued education a lot, but it just happened where I just got a deal I couldn't refuse, and the fact that they were offering to continue to pay for my education with the contract I signed, it was just, you got to do it. You can only play soccer for so long, so might as well get as many years as you can while you can.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure not that many people knew that they were going to pay for your college.
Usually, at this time with the MLS, they were offering a Generation Adidas contract, and the basis of the contract is that Adidas will to entice kids to leave early, they will reimburse you for your education. Gotcha. So I was able to get reimbursement stipends and play soccer at the same time. So it was a win-win for me and my family. Yeah,
for sure. I think if they had that probably for more sports, it'd probably be easier for people to make decisions.
Yeah, exactly. I think more and more schools and leagues are starting to do it, but it's still not where I feel it needs to be for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. So what was it like getting drafted in the first round of the MLS?
It was an honor, to be drafted, to be recognized for your talents. Luckily, my school, UCLA, we had a good year. So, when the team does well, individuals start to shine. And I was fortunate enough with my background being with the youth national teams and stuff like that, that I had some, I guess, some hype or some eyes on me. And our team was able to go far, and a couple teams showed interest. And ultimately, Philadelphia picked me in the first round. So it was an honor. I was very grateful, especially because Philadelphia, for them to put their trust in me as one of their first picks for their new team, because they were an expansion team at that time. Yeah.
So, what was that like? Did they were they recruiting you before this? Before they drafted you, did you go in to train with them or work out?
No. So because they were a new team, they didn't really have any training before. Gotcha. Now if they have their eye on you, they might have you come in the summer before, see how you mesh. But because it was a new team, literally they showed interest at the combine. I barely talked to my agent, and then when the draft came around, they picked me. I didn't really have an idea that they were that interested. I actually thought I was going somewhere else, but they ultimately picked me, and the rest is history.
Yeah, for sure. So what was your overall experience like playing in the MLS? I know you played for Philadelphia, Kansas City, Orlando and Portland.
Oh yeah, it's the only soccer league I know. So I feel like I've grown as not only just on the field but off the field. It's been a great experience. Some of my best friends have come from soccer and in the MLS, and to be able to kind of see it grow as I've grown. MLS, I remember 2010, there was only like 18 teams. Now there's 22, 23, about to be 26 teams coming into the league. So just to see that growth, see the stadiums and expansion that's being part of it, all the foreigners that are coming to play, it's been an amazing experience to be part of that. Obviously, I'm a free agent right now, but it's been great to see the growth, not only from a personal level, but the league as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Now, playing in Philadelphia, that was like an expansion team, and then you went to Orlando. I think they were in their second year maybe when you started playing for them. So did you have an expectation going in?
So Orlando was also an expansion team, but the difference between Orlando and Philadelphia was that Orlando already had history because they came from the lower division.
Oh, okay.
So instead of where Philadelphia was just started from the ground up,
Gotcha.
Orlando kind of already had a head start.
Gotcha.
So I was part of the. So when my contract ran out in Philadelphia, I signed a new contract with Orlando, and it was to be part of their first another expansion team, and that was a great experience too because the fans in Orlando really love soccer. They really make it part of their community, and to be part of that, even though it was for a short period of time, it was just an amazing experience.
Yeah, for sure. So even though you're only 27, you played 8 years in the MLS so far. So what's next for you soccer-wise?
So we'll see. I've got a couple options, both domestically and abroad. Just trying to weigh them out. The summer window is over at the end of August, so hopefully something comes about. If nothing comes about, I'll probably end up moving forward with my life and my career, unless something comes out the blue. But that's kind of my mindset right now. 8 years, it's a lot of years above the average. Obviously, I'd like to get to at least 10. I think that's my goal. That's my benchmark. But we'll see what happens.
So you would be open to play overseas or no?
Oh, yeah, I'd be definitely open to play overseas. I mean, I feel like I've played in MLS domestically long enough. This would be a perfect time to test my luck or, try something new.
Yeah, definitely be a cool experience, I think.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a great experience, I feel like.
Especially the fans over there, probably compared to here, probably just unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. It really just depends on what league, but, it's ingrained in the culture overseas. They just have a longer history of, having soccer as one of the main sports, whereas soccer here is still, lower in the pecking order, even though it's growing every day.
Yeah, for sure. So since then, you started your own brand of Frugal Athlete. So how did you come up with that, and why did you come up with that?
Yeah, so Frugal Athlete really came about kind of randomly. I was watching ESPN 30 for 30, broke, and after watching that, I was really interested to see. They keep talking about all these broke players. They keep talking about players losing all their money. How come there's no players that that are showcased that are doing well with their career or their finances after they retire? So after doing some research, what I kept finding were guys like Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Tom Brady, guys that were businesses within themselves, brands within themselves, and they really didn't have to worry about their career. They didn't have to worry about their finances after their career was over because they made so much money. Whereas, soccer in America is not at that level, so I couldn't really use them as role models. Yeah. So after talking with my brother and with my best friend and just always being interested in business, I just decided to kind of start it on my own. So I started with a simple Squarespace blog, and then from there, we actually tried to build it out, and now it's a little bit more organized. We're trying to build out an actual business from it, and it's been a fun process so far. Yeah,
for sure. And I see you were rebranding the podcast. So what's going to come on that?
Yeah, we're just gonna make it cleaner all around. As you continue to try to expand and try to grow a business, you have time to really change things and see where you make mistakes, see where you can improve on. So the most important thing is starting, and I feel like we did that. Yeah. Now we have some time. We built some built quite a bit of an audience. So now, obviously, we hate to take breaks, but with the reinforcements that we plan on making, we can kind of give better, more consistent, and more engaging content. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. And what is your ultimate goal for a frugal athlete?
We want it to be the one-stop shop for professional athletes and student athletes and the fans that follow these athletes to learn about financial literacy, create a positive atmosphere where, athletes are sharing prudent financial and smart career decisions, and just be that platform where, someone can come on and learn and aspire to be frugal with their financial playbook. And whether they need a role model through one of our interviews, whether they need some advice by some of our informative research and blogs and stuff like that, we plan to be that source or that database. So we got some cool, engaging content coming, both video, audio, and of course, can't forget about the written pieces coming. And hopefully, we can continue to build out our platform.
Yeah, that's awesome. Have pro athletes been reaching out to you?
Yeah, there's been a good amount of pro athletes that I've been able to connect with, just being a pro athlete myself, and there's been a lot of former pro athletes and then current pro athletes, but more former pro athletes that I've reached out and been like, yeah, this is a great thing that you're doing. Keep it up. I'd love to get involved. So we got two people that have kind of reached out and are writing pieces that are current athletes, and hopefully we can continue to build that out and create sort of a structure about it where people can kind of do guest blog posts and share their perspective, because everyone's perspective is a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone's experience is a little different too.
Exactly.
So let's just jump into some random fun questions. So what do you think about the growth of soccer in the United States?
It's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, I think, I don't know exact numbers, but I know there's been select studies that show youth soccer is one of the most popular sports. I feel like even if you don't play soccer long term, everyone starts off playing youth soccer. It's just a sport that everyone can play. All you need is a ball and some gear, whereas other sports you need all these different regulations and things. And now with whether it's football or other sports where you see the head injuries, soccer is kind of that sport that, although it's a physical sport, it's not as dangerous or as time-consuming as, say, baseball, or dangerous as football. And as the exposure in the States continues to grow with TV ads and revenue and more games on TV, it's only going to be more prevalent for the younger kids to kind of aspire or have people to aspire to when they're playing on the youth soccer, and hopefully it can translate long term to them playing, in high school and then in college, and then have aspirations to play pro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know, especially like you were just saying before with the MLS expansions, and I think the Miami team is coming soon. And
so they're coming soon. Nashville's coming soon. Cincinnati's coming soon. So these are all different markets that soccer is now, or I want to say now, but have a bigger opportunity to reach different markets, whereas, before it was just like, bigger cities, LA and New York, where there's already a multicultural base there, so they obviously know about soccer, but now you have the ability to reach way more people.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking to my friends about it, and I was saying if we all had enough money, I think the best investment would be to buy, like a sports team-wise, to buy like an MLS team.
Yeah, whether it's even MLS, USL, whichever one. A lot of investors are investing in USL because their expansion fees aren't as high, and you're still reaching some markets, and their expansion is just as fast, if not faster, than MLS. So it's only going to continue to expand, and MLS would be another wise investment too, because with the World Cup coming, the amount of foreign players that are coming into this league, you're just scratching the surface of the potential. Yeah,
for sure. And moving into foreign players and stuff, what did you think? What were your thoughts on the World Cup this year?
It was amazing. Besides the fact that Nigeria didn't go through, I thought they had it. We were excited for them, but Argentina ended up taking it. So It was a good World Cup. You know, a lot of people were worried because U.S. wasn't in it, but this was actually one of the most exciting World Cups in a while. So excited to see what happens in the next 4.5 years and how Qatar kind of tops this one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Nigeria definitely had the freshest jerseys.
Exactly. You know, the jerseys don't win games, but we did have some fresh jerseys.
For sure. And do you think U.S. is going to make the next World Cup?
Yes, they should. I think that was a wake up call. They're not qualifying, and then the younger generation kind of got a golden generation on our hands. So hopefully, you know, people are ready to perform.
Yeah, for sure. So what are you listening to right now? What's on your playlist?
Music wise, or like Audible podcast?
Let's go with both.
So right now on the Audible, I got Good to Great.
Okay.
And then Side Hustle. What else do I got? And Pound Foolish. So those have all been recommendations. So I used some credits that I got for my birthday. Ordered those up. So that's on the Audible. On the podcast, I'm listening to JJ Redick podcast. He just recently had a good episode. It was like a Q&A. There was a good episode that I got like saved. Bill Simmons with Jay Williams, and apparently he has another one with Denzel Washington that I'm supposed to listen to. And then music rotation. My brother got me on Ace Boogie, so I've been listening to him a lot lately. And then Drake's album obviously came out, so I've been listening to that. And I think I'm still playing some Nipsey Hussle because his album was fresh. And it got to go with my guy Pusha T because I've always liked him. That's what's currently in the rotation right now.
Damn, we're going with Pusha T and Drake.
Yeah, I got to go both. You know, I'm like Switzerland. I mean, I go both sides.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know JJ Redick had a podcast. I'll check it out. All these athletes have podcasts now.
Yeah, all these athletes have podcasts, and they're all really good too. That's the thing. You gotta listen to them.
Yeah, they got the good setup. So.
Yeah.
So, what other entrepreneurs are you following?
Everybody. To be honest, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that I like to follow right now. In terms of athlete entrepreneurs, Paul Rabel. Yeah. He's a really good guy. I've connected with him a couple times via email and social media. Mm-hmm. The things he's doing with he's trying to build a little conglomerate. I shouldn't say little, but he's building a conglomerate. He has a media avenue, investment avenue, and he has his own business with his camps, and also has a charity foundation. So he's a good example that I follow from afar.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else would I look at? He's the main guy. There's a couple other ones. I'm trying to think.
See, I think
LeBron James with what he's doing.
Yeah,
I feel like all the basketball players are building out different cool things. With whether they're media companies, majority, but
I saw Derrick Rose started a scholarship thing today for he started with like $400K or something. I don't know if he's doing it like per year or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean the amount of Adidas money he has, he could probably do it every
Yeah,
day.
pretty much. Yeah, I looked up that too before, and his contract, like his boys are just getting like paid like $50K, $100K just to be quote unquote consultants.
That's good. I mean, it's always good instead of having it from his own paycheck, use his leverage. He was able to use his leverage to help out, his close circle. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Instead of, that's what it means to be frugal, to be honest. Leverage your worth and help out your people. Yeah,
for sure. I'm sure that's keeping him motivated to stay on the NBA roster.
Yeah.
I know you listen to Gary Vee, right?
Yeah, Gary Vee. I listen to him quite a bit. I can only take him in doses though. But
yeah, for sure.
I've read his books, sure. And I follow him on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. So, what else do you like to do in your free time?
To be honest, I like to chill with the family. Yeah. I'm really close with my family, especially right now since I'm training back in Sacramento. Yeah. Hanging out with the family, my girlfriend. Like to do some fun things, whether it's being outdoors, or trying to get my golf game up. So I've been golfing a lot.
There you go.
And that's basically it. Yeah, I'm a low key guy.
Gotcha. Are you into video games or not? Esports?
Nah, not really. I mean, I'll play FIFA every now and then, but I'm not going out of my way to go play FIFA or play video games. I haven't even played the Fortnite. My youngest brother plays, but I'm not really on it.
Yeah, I couldn't really get into it either. I don't really like those type of games anyways.
But it's doing numbers. Apparently.
Yeah, I know.
It's doing numbers. works.
It doesn't. I mean, it makes sense, but like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know, growing up, your parents are always like, "Yo, you gotta get off your video games." Blah blah blah. You know. Now all of a sudden, like people are making millions off playing video games.
Exactly. It's like you should have let me been playing.
Yeah. Yeah. You guess you really never know. Like stuff just happens that wasn't in existence to make money like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think it's only here to stay. That the esports space is only going to grow. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
for the video game guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's even like televised on ESPN. I saw they were drafting for like the 2K league for NBA.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
They literally had a draft. It was on like ESPN2, and they were drafting the players for because the teams like own like the NBA teams own their own teams.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's smart business on their part.
Yeah, for sure. And it's pretty dope what they did. They made the logo. They used their logo, but like altered it, and it looks like cool actually. Probably, I'm thinking they'll probably make like some jerseys, make them like alternate jerseys, and wear them during the season or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
sure.
really cool.
Well, I appreciate your time coming on, and let everybody know where they can find you and A Frugal Athlete.
Oh, okay, yeah. So my personal accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Amobi says, Amobi says. Frugal Athlete, Twitter, Instagram. What else are we on? Twitter and Instagram, Frugal Athlete. And then check us out on our website, www.afrugalathlete.com. Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Google Play, all that. A Frugal Athlete podcast. And that's basically it, man. DMs are open for serious inquiries only. So I'm really open. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on.
No, thanks for having me. You know, we always stay in touch, so I appreciate you having me. I know you're a busy guy as well, and I look forward to hearing this go live.
Yeah, for sure.